Hello, this is Ralph K. Ginorio. Give me a few minutes and I'll suggest an idea worth considering. I'm bourgeois. I am middle class. I am of that people that work through skill and earn a living. I have not inherited my wealth, nor have I leached off of welfare for my living. I have gotten what I've gotten through self-discipline and hard work and by God's grace. And my values have been under assault since before I was born. I am the enemy of communists. I am the evil bourgeoisie. I am the butt of jokes of the sophisticated avant-garde with my quaint, puritanical, middle-class morality. I am also an American, and my middle-class values are what has made the American dream. The American dream is a middle-class dream. To make a world with your own hands, by your own skill, and to be responsible for it. To build something worthwhile, something that would not have been without your individual creativity and dedication. That's the American dream. That's Bourgeois. That's bourgeois. There is no easy answer to the problem with America. No answer through finesse or technique. My enemies in the Ron Paul movement think that they can remake America with a cultic set of disciplined cadres taking over weak state Republican parties like they're trying to do in Maine. But that's tactics. My liberal and progressive enemies believe that they are in the process of remaking America because they have managed to capture the media, capture the schools, and capture the government. And in a hidden way, contrary to the basic middle-class values of the American people, they have been tweaking our society for generations. But in life, there are no shortcuts. There's the truth. Either we, the people, were tricked this past November, or we screwed up. We screwed up. Most American people are living in such confusion over basic issues of right and wrong that the average American child is born into a broken home. That most marriages end in divorce because of rampant infidelity. And abortion on demand is a modern genocide. And I say that with sympathy for teenage mothers, but it's a modern genocide. The numbers of people who have been killed before they've been born, including people I love, or should have loved had they been born, indicate a society that is so profoundly selfish and self-absorbed that it cannot maintain its middle-class traditions. That's what the Democrats are counting on. That's what they're trying to build. In the end, a society like their utopia can't stand. What will happen is a return of serfdom, with people living without responsibility, but they're shielded from the consequences of their actions by their lords, by their betters, by their government. That's not an America that I recognize. That's not the America of the self-made man or woman. That's not a future I want to live. But the only way out of this hole is to convince people that there is right, there is wrong, there is good, there is evil. Good is always harder than evil, it's always riskier than evil, and it's usually less fun than evil. And the only payoff that you get is you're good. And what you build is built on solid ground. Don't think tactics are going to save us. Don't think techniques. Don't think that false cutesy-poo appeals to this or that or the other group will work. The only thing that will save the American people is the redemption of the American people. And people don't achieve redemption unless they seek it. Most Americans have been told and have believed that they are just fine the way they are. Look at the social chaos. Legalized drugs, making drugs okay in the eyes of the young. Absolute, unrestricted libertinism, making marriage vows or commitments between people that are the basis of the family unit ridiculously outdated. We can't see the truth because of our own filth. And until that changes, we're not coming back. Because we are not fit to rule ourselves. If we can't think for ourselves, if we have no self-discipline, then the America I know and love is over. And the slave master's whip is very much on the way. Think about the enemy within your own skin, as I think about mine, and try to fight him. Even if you lose, keep trying to fight him. Think about the enemy in the loving relationships that you have, the corruption that you've allowed to creep in because it's more convenient or easier than speaking the truth to people who you love. And reconsider whether lying and being a party to lies is any kind of life. And think about our society as a whole, what America has done in the world and has stood for, and decide, are we merely another corrupt human society, or are we a shining city on the hill? And is the American dream worth reclaiming, even at some cost to our fun factor? And whatever you conclude, be brave and honest. And if you're those things, you'll do the right thing. I hope I will. By God's grace. Be well.